And now we're heading north near a town called Middle River to a spot that migratory birds like to visit in the fall. It's called Agassiz National Wildlife Refuge, and Jim Graham is the manager of the refugee. He joins us, or the refuge. He joins us now via Zoom to tell us a little bit more about it. Hi, Jim.
Good morning.
I appreciate you being here with us this morning. Tell us about this place, established in the 1930s, huh?
Yeah, Agassiz was established in 1937 by executive order to manage this land as a refuge and breeding ground for migratory birds and other wildlife.
And that was established by President Roosevelt.
That's correct.
Who,
yep,
go ahead.
That was a major time in the United States for trying to protect habitat for migratory birds coming out of the Dust Bowl. We saw a lot of decrease in migratory bird populations, so there was a large effort nationwide to protect these areas that had wetland habitat for migratory birds.
And what about it is so unique about that space, which makes it a great place for all these different creatures to live?
Right. So we have documented over 287 migratory birds that use this refuge, and 120 of those actually nest here. So very similar to most wildlife refuges that we have migratory birds here. But what makes Agassiz unique is some of the large mammals that we have. One of the main reasons why people like to come up here is for that opportunity to see a moose, a black bear, a wolf, bobcat, white-tailed deer. That's really unique for a refuge of this size in the lower 48 to have those type of species here.
Wow. Okay, we need to have you back to talk about the big game, but since this is the Birds and the Bees show, tell me about some of the birds that have been spotted here.
Right. So, of course, in the fall, during the fall migration, that's when we see large concentrations of birds migrating south. So we'll have over 50,000 ducks and 25,000 geese, in addition to approximately 2,000 sandhill cranes.
Wow. That
will come to the refuge to loaf on the refuge and then go out to some of the ag fields to feed if they need that extra food source, in addition to the native seeds and plants that they're eating on the refuge.
So tell us a little bit about, I know we're going to have people who are watching this and going to be interested in coming up for a visit. So how does that work? What's that look like if people want to come up there and check that out?
Yep, we're open 5 days a week. We also have a observation tower that people can climb as long as we don't have inclement weather. We'll issue them a key to go up the tower. You get that bird's eye view of the refuge. We have a lot of vegetation that grows on the refuge along the road, so it can be difficult to see some of those birds. So that fire tower gives you a great opportunity. We also have an auto tour route that people can drive. Birds are right up against the road. Generally, mornings and evenings are the best time when those birds are out on the water. When it gets hot during the daytime, they like to, tuck into that vegetation to hide from predators. So mornings and evenings are really good times.
Is there a particular month that you recommend, or months throughout the year, where you think that the migrating bird numbers are at their peak for people who want to see them?
Right. The month of May is probably our peak migration, and that's also our peak time when we have most of the visitors, because a lot of the birders in the state like to come to this area of Minnesota to see the birds that we have come back. So May is the best time. Of course, that's when our migratory waterfowl are in their breeding plumage, so they're really colorful. They're really easy to identify. So people, come that time of year that coincides with that peak migration.
We haven't had a chance on this show to talk much about Middle River. We'd like to talk about different cities all around the state. Tell us a little bit about Middle River.
Yeah, so Middle River is a fairly small town, about 300 people. They also have the Goose Fest, which is in September, coincides with the goose hunting season. So they have a big festival up there. It's a weekend-long festival that brings a lot of people into the area. So it's really unique to have a local community like that, kind of centered around a migratory bird.
Well, Jim, thanks so much. This is super interesting. Like I said, I know there's lots I see this being a trip when our kids are out of the house that my wife will want us to go on.
Mrs. Egger would love that.
As certain as I'm sitting here right now. So, Jim, thanks much. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
And you can check MinnesotaLive.com in just a little bit for more information about Agassiz National Wildlife Refuge.